We'll see as we join on board with Team Cheez It here at the start of game number 5. We're starting it off with 18 squads, so unfortunate that 2 teams have dropped out throughout all of this. But Team Cheez It will, of course, get their drop for free. I believe they were getting challenged in the earlier games, but now no longer, as they have put the fear into them. As looks like they will not. Oh, they do have a beacon there to utilize. So Joey Blackout will get that early information for us.
Yeah, this is great to get an early scan and get some sort of information on what type of zone this is going to be. You love to see green if that's a possibility, but it isn't. You can see again the zone pulling away from them. 165 going to get into a little bit of fight. P-Fitters is going to be the first player to get down and also finish. It's going to be a melee, and it's going to be a refinery epicenter ending. So this is going to be really fun. That hill is going to be where all the action goes down.
And this is where I'm looking at Charlotte Phoenix to try to get really aggressive early on. Don't know if they want to try to get aggressive on to the Croissant Warriors, but there is a fight over here. TPL taking out Daniel first. And they've got the 3v2 advantage, but it looks like they're just going to go ahead and secure this thirst first and have Overlook, which is going to be a pretty strong position to play out of here for this ring.
I think the finisher needs to be more common in these type of situations. I want to see Cooper just go for that finisher, say, you know what, I don't care about your knockdown shield. I'm also going to get a little armor reset throughout all of this, especially on the 50-50s. You know, Cooper, finishers are okay in Series E. Feel free to pull that one out any day of the week. But yes, 50-50s all over the place right now. And I'm sure Sorting Factory is still going to be contested, and it is. There's the fight, perfectly timed there. This is the time the fight's been happening every single time. The third party's been coming almost every single time as well.
Yeah, Applejacks are probably laying in wait here as Oni does go down. Fury taking a lot of damage. Armor swaps onto 25 HP on that blue, and he has the damage there to finish them off. The Memekins will fall to Team Pringles. With a minute and 20 seconds left to go before the ring starts closing, you do have to worry, like you said, about that third-party timing, but it doesn't look like it's coming. And so Team Pringles will be able to just reset for this one. The med kit getting finished off for Phony. Now already down to 17 squads. Remember, we started off the game with 18 as Charlotte Phoenix find that timing push once again onto the team over by No Name.
At this point, they're just bullying this team. They're probably talking about it in between every game. Yeah, you remember those 3 kills that we're getting every time at No Name? Let's go do that every single time. Rockstar, though, looks like they're going to go down. This is Nestle Pure Life. This is a 2 versus 2 straight up inside the bubbles here. The door being utilized by both teams. We'll see if a grenade does come out. It's going to be a fake res while the other player guards the door. Nice shots right there onto Bambino coming in from Kenny. Clayne's able to get back in, but there is a big frag that's sitting there. Clayne, fortunately, is able to stay up. Tech, he's switching characters every 5 seconds. This time he's on Gibraltar, and they finish off Nestle Pure Life.
Yeah, 16 squads now, 44 players remaining. A lot of early game fights here, and they have quite a ways to go here for Team Rockstar, but getting that win is huge for them. At the very least, they have the scans to work with as well, so they know exactly what they're going into. Looks like Charlotte Phoenix, once again, were able to finish off this fight. It wasn't over at No Name, it was actually over at Overlook, and this is what I was talking about, looking at Charlotte Phoenix and really try and weed out the east side of the map. They've been doing a great job of playing the edge throughout all of our games so far tonight, which is why they are so high up on the leaderboard.
And they hit their shots too. That's the big thing. I'm surprised that Mercy, he probably hasn't been able to find it yet. Mercy was definitely looking for something along the lines of a scout or something a little bit more long range. And there it is. Picks up the scout and he's going to be able to utilize the 2x2. So this is going to be great. You're going to want to be able to have something close range, something long range. And that's exactly what he has right now. Probably going to look for a mass if he's able to find one too. But CLT playing this one very similar to how a team like Complexity would. I wouldn't be surprised to see them eventually take the hill in front of them on the west side.
Yeah, you can see Mercy trying to find out a squad, and hey, just like that, he does. There's a full 3 here. And it's difficult to see what characters are on the other side. They're trying to figure out what team this is, if they want to take the engagement. Kind of split up. There might be an opportunity, but they do have to cover that valley to get over to them. And so I like the patience that's coming out from CLT right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to waste his ammo either. No reason to take shots. They're just going to be giving attention, and it's going to basically piss the other team off. And they're going to be like, all right, well, you want to shoot? We're going to shoot back. And now we're all shooting, and we're just basically in a third party. So CLT playing this one smart as we take a look at the mini map and see exactly where these teams are. A couple of teams starting to make the rotations now. You're going to see this team over towards the choke, and then you're going to see I believe that's going to be Team Pop-Tarts making the rotation too. It's the Croissant Warriors. Switching it up, though, they're going with the Grief City composition, the Octane Revenant Horizon comp. We'll see if it works out for them.
Yeah, they have a team ahead of them as well. And they do have the jump pad ready. It can be a little bit difficult because of just the low clearance here, but here comes the Death Totem. They are going for that full push. Nasky will go ahead and join him, and yep. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That push getting slowed down massively just because of a iron beam that slows them down. K-Swinny is cleared and he's sent back to the Death Totem. So is Rambo. Nasky's there by himself before he gets cleared. Don't know how much damage they were able to do, but it looks like Nasky got some decent damage off. Again, the distance is just too far. That jump pad doesn't quite work out for them. And so they're just going to reset here. Throughout all of this, though, we did see Team Intel on the kill feed, as it looks like they took out 2, I believe, of Team Rice Krispies just before we joined on board with them. 6 does need to heal up, and so they just slow this one down. They can continue to play the edge here, try to find that last remaining player.
I'm more interested in what these guys are doing with this team composition, and it doesn't look like any alt excels are going to be popped up. So if they are going to take this fight, there it is. The alt excel is now being traded here. So they're going to try to get this back up and then just kind of reapproach the situation very similarly, but they're going to want to just get a little bit closer over here. The key is will any team come in from behind? And what kind of armors did this team have? We didn't really get a check because they all got sent back so quickly. So it's going to be blue armor, only connecting with a little bit with that flat line. 30-30 would be better in this type of situation. But Nasky taking a lot of damage over towards the side. This is GAN Awkward Turtle and his squad going up against a team of pros, basically, and holding their own. Goofy Gamer looks like he's going to be taken down, though. First, it's going to be Rambo coming through. Awkward Turtle, he was silenced throughout all this, so he can't help with his Q. Can't make a portal out either. It's going to be a bubble res coming in onto Goofy Gamer from Nacho, but the finishes are too strong as well, and the third party is there. Fortunately, they're next to a balloon, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Will a team come in from behind? That fight took place way too long, and Team Razor is going to take advantage of that.
And you had to expect it. You had to expect it with Team Razor dropping over by Trials with this timing. You know they're done with Trials, looted, and coming for this rotate as well. And so they take advantage of that. I believe Team Razor were able to pick up 2 of those kills from the Croissant Warriors now. That team being able to get out, GAN surviving for the time being with that balloon rotate. As Team Razor are looking for more fights here on the edge. Don't know if they'll find it at this point. So many teams have already made their move on in, as they're just going to go ahead and use this opportunity to loot up. Here's Team Pringles, though, have made their way all the way from Sorting Factory to the north side of this ring. I mean, a little bit difficult to call. It could go over to Epicenter, but you can see they do have the drone, and Phony will be able to get that information for them.
May very well be the ending that is a little bit where I guess it would be like the 3 bins that are on the bottom of the Epicenter area. There's also that blue truck ending too, so it'll be awesome to see exactly what this one was. Team Pringles is going to take the high ground though again, and I like this play, especially with that 6x. I feel like he was kind of getting robbed with those 3s, Jamerson. Those shots looked accurate to me.
Yeah, they were able to get the ring information, by the way, and again, playing the north side of Epicenter, we've seen in the past how strong it can be, having control over this ridgeline, over this hill, as Brest gets really good damage off there. A full connect with that charge rifle. Fury playing into them with the R301. Does get tagged back, but he's still safe, and we'll be able to utilize that drone to scout out where that squad is. But Pringles have to be careful in how they play this. We know that Team Razor are in the area, and they can stand toe-to-toe with them. Very similar armors in that regard. Very high angle eagle shot coming out for Phony there with the drone. But again, it's just gonna become a standstill between these 2 squads.
So this is something, again, where we're seeing these teams kind of play the angles where they know that if they don't focus this area, a team's going to rotate behind them. So they have to have a huge presence on that area. Otherwise, their spot's going to get taken. And if it gets contested, a third party is going to come through. So that's why they're focusing that area so heavily. But meanwhile, another fight happening over towards No Name. I believe this is going to be. That's Team Applejacks. I'm not quite sure what team's in the vicinity, though.
Yeah. Maybe it's the Lava City team. Maybe it's Team Cheez-It coming in. No, it's Team Intel. That's actually on the other side of this fight as the sands do come out. the Beast of the Hunt should be subsiding soon, and that's why Panders is trying to get aggressive here. Won't be able to climb on up, but he has to be careful climbing up here. Almost got peeked, has the Mastiff out ready with the purple bolt, so he will be able to do a lot of damage really fast. 6 took a lot of damage throughout all of that though, as he was trying to play an aggressive angle, but he got challenged by someone else over by that respawn beacon. Hits for the 85, hits for the 88, and now he smells blood in the water. It's a 1-for-1 exchange, but it's a knock inside. They're going in. As Aves is trying to hold that door for his squad, but he's facing off against Gibraltar. He will fall down. It's down to a 2v1. Duplex has no AHP left and will back away to hit up that bat, but he does get finished off. Metro will clean him up, and they get the res onto Panders.
Can we talk about Team Intel's map movement on the clamor up towards the slide on towards this balcony from the building? I've seen so many players fail that jump in tournaments, in the ALGS, in Series Z, over and over again, but they're making it look easy there, and it is easy. You just got to do it. So nice job coming in from Team Intel, getting a big squad wipe right there, and we get to scan and see exactly where everybody's at. CLT sitting pretty over towards the side. Looks like they're going to be playing an end game. Nice shots right there coming in. Can he get the finish right there onto Gibby Neutron, which is wicked. And then Tech's going to go and throw the bubble and probably get this finish off too, as the rest of the players may be trying to save their teammate right here.
That was a great flank coming out from Rockstars. They were trying to make that rotate. Tech does take some damage, but looks like they will be able to secure this thirst very shortly here, at the very least, and get the additional armor and loot off of that. 4 kills for Team Rockstar here, as Team Razor are now forced to play it out as a duo. And they're not going to overchase on this one. They have a decent high ground angle to play off of. They have options for their rotates, and so they will not give this up for the time being. They will maybe move on over to the north side here as they make their move now.
I still don't know exactly what ending this one's going to be, but the way that CLT is playing this one, if they're sitting at those houses, I really feel like they're asking for a heavy pull over towards that area, and that's another very common spot too. So let's see which team picks the right spot. Team Cheez It, they're in a spot where they're looking for some fights, and that's exactly what's going on right now, but they're gonna have to be careful because there's a lot of different angles where they can get shot at. It doesn't look like they've really focused on exactly where the pings are going to be on which way they want to rotate right now, and that's the problem. Is a lot of teams are waiting for them to cross this giant open area where the train tracks are, and that's a charge rifle going into Rakinishu. He's lucky that second one didn't hit for even more, and all players from Team Cheez It need to heal.
This was the position roughly that Charlotte Phoenix were playing earlier on. So they could still be in the area, probably up north a bit more, maybe over by Refinery. But it looks like Team Cheez It will try and make the push on over, and they don't get challenged for that. It is Charlotte Phoenix though, just to the north of them right now, as they have moved on over towards the cars over by Epi. And a lot of fights taking place. Prodigy Aces has gone down. Team Cruelty are going to be able to win out a fight themselves, taking out GAN. Now down to 11 squads, 29 players remaining. CLT in a really strong position here, but you do have to be careful. They see a defensive bombardment off in the distance. That might be Team Cheez It getting into a fight right now, trying to recover Prodigy Aces. Bronzy gets tagged up from behind. Charge rifles abound in this game.
And they're waiting in the wings right there. You can see on the player outlines, that's Team Intel. That's at a very aggressive Panders, making his way outside of his train car. He still was in like max Q distance, I guess, but they're realizing that action's happening all over the place. Big 111 spray right there, but he took 100 damage of his own. Must have got double teamed, maybe even from the side right there. Maybe 2 players inside the train car, but now they're just going to trade out cells. Team Razor inside the building. They're going to get 2 knocks. Big shots coming in from Hakulo. Now 1v1 between Muffins and Klain, but Muffins is so busy finishing the other players, he still doesn't matter. He has a Spitfire, Jamerson, gold mag. He could have been shooting until season 3.
Yeah, he's just baiting it, right? With the Spitfires, like, hey, I'm gonna thirst him if you don't get over here. And he still has half a mag remaining now. Charlotte Phoenix trying to turn the screws onto Team Intel, who are still stuck inside. The nades coming in, but instant swivel there onto another team that's coming out of Refinery right now. They have a port set up as well for this. Here comes Bronzy throwing in that thermite. Does not get the connect, but at least forces them out of that car. And they do have some cover for the retreat. Wow. Quick response coming out from Charlotte Phoenix here.
Love the way that Bronzy plays. That was a very aggressive grenade, and unfortunately it didn't hit. I would say 99% of my thermites don't hit either, and they look exactly like those ones do, perfectly placed coming in from Bronzy. But there goes Team Cheez It, again, taking tons of fights, playing very aggressive today. Looks like they're going to back off, though, again, because there's just so many squads. Completely different than the previous game. We had a lot more fighting, but this one's slowed down just a little bit. But the action continuing happening over towards these train cards. Team Cheez It now going to go down to Team Intel, who was just waiting for teams that were coming in weak. But Rakanishu doing big damage with the Massive until he decided he'd want to only do 9, 9, and 13, even though they were perfectly placed.
Yeah, close, but that means that the third party is coming in, and this is the fourth party now for Charlotte Phoenix as well. That might actually buy Team Intel enough time. Unfortunately for them, 6 did get thirsted off there, so they'll be playing this out as a duo. Now, Pandas ultimately falls to Team Pop-Tarts, who came in for that third party. Now down to 8 squads, 20 players remaining, and it's this high ground hill. That's going to be the major focus for this. We do have teams still playing inside Epicenter, I believe, but for the time being, Charlotte Phoenix need to worry about the teams that are coming out of Refinery, quite possibly even Pop-Tarts that might try to shadow their movements here. No, they're making their way through Epicenter here to completely avoid this fight, it looks like.
I can't wait to see exactly what this ending is. Epicenters always just change, and I never know exactly which one it's going to be, but these players definitely do, and they're just trying to make their way towards the priority positions right now. You can see Hakulo has the portal. If they want to go and try to use that one, Muffin's trying to make his way over towards it. He's going to go and take some different angles, utilize the map in front of him, and that's exactly how you do that one. You got to save as much healing as possible, and he's going to get towards the bottom center and pop that Phoenix kit. Really nice rotation there from Team Razor.
Yeah, they've been playing this out as a duo. Remember, Rockstar were the ones that were initially able to take out the Gibraltar, but they got punished, answered back in that 2v3. Razor winning that one out. The team rotating in behind them as well. The zone pressuring that squad for now. But Beast of the Hunt will get popped as Pop-Tarts get into a fight, and they do finish off the remnants of Rice Krispies, but Stomps did go down. And so now they're playing it out as a duo, trying to pour it out here. Team Pringles vying up against CLT for these kills. Muffins has gone down, but Hakulo clutches that one up. Muffins gets finished off by that ring. Hakulo is still alive throughout all of this. It's 6 squads, 14 players remaining. We know that Pringles are here as a full 3. Charlotte Phoenix are here as a full 3 as well. We have a lot of damaged squads for this ring.
I knew it. It was the 3-bin ending, and Pringles has the best spot right now on top of this high ground. There's just so much area that they have to cover. They have to worry about this team, multiple teams over towards the refinery area. Again, as soon as focus goes down towards one side, all these other teams are going to collapse and try to take the spot on top of this hill. So Pringles has so much they have to do, and Phony's in his drone right now gathering information as they try to share the callouts and just basically figure out how they're going to approach the situation.
Yeah, they do have the EMP combo if they want to use it in the future, as well as CLT now making their move, going on down with that port to try and punish this squad. And punish the res, it looks like, as the Arcstar will come in. Might actually force them out into the ring. We'll see. Pride will take the opportunity, though, to loot up, and you being out that there is a Kraber in play, but they're not going to pick it up. Maybe Bronzy goes for it. Okay, let's see. I am totally down for this. He has dropped his weapon, so yeah, he should be picking that one up very shortly here. CLT could utilize this to really challenge the teams on the hill.
Kraber gonna go in the hands of Mercy with 7 bullets here, so all eyes on him as they do have the zone. And 152 right there onto the Wraith as she hits the Q. 2 shots left of the chamber. That team is going to go and take the portal. Eyes on the portal if they do want to come back, but that zone has pushed them out now. Defensive bombardment going to be placed behind the rock. We'll see if that team is playing Gibraltar. If they do, they'll be placed in their dome here very shortly. Looks like those are going to connect, so big damage coming in for Mercy. Really nicely done. They'll continue to be able to gather information on that, connecting for purple armors as well. And they're in the zone, and it is the 3-bin ending as anticipated here. Is Fury going to get the knock right there onto Act. The flank coming through in from Pride. Big 147 coming in as Phony was actually taken out through all of this.
Yeah, now they're down to a duo here, but it's been Charlotte Phoenix picking up all these kills. Team Cruelty getting finished off. It's going to be a 3v3v2 in the final fight for this ring with still a minute left to go. Plenty of time to try and find an opening like that one, hitting for the 145. Unfortunately for him, it was not that headshot knock. As you can see, Pride now trying to find an angle from the flank, setting up against them. Team Lonely Fans. Remember, they won out in game number 4. They're handing over the helmets as well to try to get whatever utility they can. That's going to allow him to get the barrels up. He's got 3 more that he needs to recharge at this point. Good damage with that G7 Scout will afford them the time to try and push up now. And though we have to worry about that, Kraber still has 3 shots left in the chamber for Mercy here, and all he needs is just 1 headshot. This could just end up winning the game for Charlotte Phoenix.
Pretty decent trade, 4 cells for a battery right there, and you can see all the different thought processes for the rest of these teams. I love the way that Blight took the scout out and then immediately pinged so they could advance, since they had the most area to go and try to make up. A couple of misses right there, and it looks like Pride is extremely overextended, but that's a great bait because all he's trying to do is go and take some angles, queue back, and then if those teams get too aggressive and peek their face out to try to finish the kill, Mercy is there waiting for him.
Yeah, Charlotte Phoenix, though, still have to worry. 1 shot left in this Kraber for Mercy as the scans do come out, and another scan gets all 3 players on the south side as well. So they're worrying about the pinch. They're trying to force the squads into each other at this point. Surprisingly enough, throughout all of this, Charlotte Phoenix are still sitting on double purple. Even though they've got into a number of fights, Mercy himself has almost 2k damage. And now, as that team is forced out, the zone is closing in on them. Here comes the EMP. Do they have the combo to work with, as it looks like Charlotte Phoenix will be able to just come in for the 3rd party? Both teams going in on each other now. They do have utility to back this up as well. The Arcs are on one side, but they did get jumped on over. They'll get the knock onto Fury, and Team Pringles now just down to a solo as Pride goes for the low ground peak. He does have his Q to work with. He will pop that. No, he goes down. Charlotte Phoenix left in this 2v2 as they will go ahead and finish this one off, getting right on top of him. Charlotte Phoenix will take game number 5 in a commanding victory.